What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Think Different Theory. My name is Josh Forti. Happy Monday to everybody out there. Guys, I'll tell you what, if you were to go right now and you were to look at the headlines of the last 1 to 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks, you would think that the world is ending, right? Coronavirus, economy is in a downturn, the stock market is crashing, everybody's losing their jobs, unemployment numbers hit 3.2 million requests last week. We have a $2 trillion economic stimulus bill that just passed, which, by the way, $2 trillion? Are you kidding me? Quick trivia question for you here, okay? If you were to take $2 trillion worth of $100 bills, all right? So let me put this into perspective, okay? Here we go. These are 20s right here, all right? For those of you listening on audio, I'm holding about $1,000 worth of $20 bills, okay? This right here is $1,000 in 20s, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I were to hold $1,000 in hundreds, if these were hundreds, this is how tall, this little itty bitty bit. And for those of you listening on audio here, we're like maybe a 1/16 of an inch, maybe. And this is 10 bills, okay? This is 100, all right, or $1,000 in 20s. Do you know how tall $2 trillion in $100 bills would be? $2 trillion in $100 bills would reach into outer space, okay? $2 trillion is an absolutely astronomically big number, all right? And we just casually just pump that into the economy, all right? We're going to be talking about that today because, guys, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about things a little bit differently than normal. It's going to be a little bit of a different episode because I want to address you guys and I want to address everything that's going on in the world. And I want to talk really specifically to you guys about what we're doing at Think Different Theory to prepare for this and what you can be doing and kind of a message to you about the panic and the craziness that's all going on right now, okay? Because like right now, more than ever before, mindset and perspective and staying level-headed and getting information from a good quality source, these are all things that are more important than ever before. Yet nobody's talking about them. And I really want to address that because, guys, April 1st is coming up. There's 3 million people, almost probably 4 or 5 million people now and counting in the United States that are without jobs. There's a lot of money being lost. Bills are due on April 1st. There's a lot of uncertainty around the economy and around the coronavirus. And it's interesting because while obviously I have looked at finances and I have looked at money and I have, made sure that Think Different Theory is good, and we're going to talk about that here in just a second. More importantly, what I have done is I have made sure that I am protecting my headspace, that I am protecting where I get information from, that I am protecting where I'm what I'm looking at and what I'm allowing to come into my head and into my body. This is very, very important because 99% of the news that you will listen to and that you will turn on and the advice that you will get, and more importantly, the subconscious advice that you will get from people is wrong, and it's not how you should be acting. And one of the things that I'm very aware of here, and we're going to, really get started and dive into things, is I always go back to, and I've done many podcast episodes on this, especially back in season 1. I wrote an entire Mindshift playbook on this, like an entire playbook outlining this, is you've got to remember that, 80 to 90% of our body, of our life, of our thoughts, our actions, what we say, what we do, what we think is controlled by our subconscious mind, which means that 80 to 90% of the information that we are taking in subconsciously, all right? And so the way, let's say you're married, the way that your spouse is acting, the way that your boss or your clients or your friends or your parents are acting subconsciously is going to affect you right now. And guess what? Most people that are listening to this right now, most people that you are listening to are probably acting out of fear, acting out of panic, acting out of uncertainty, acting out of not knowing what's going to go on. And so what I did is I really tried to become, and I had a meeting with my coach last Tuesday, and she's like, Josh, we really, really need to focus on stillness, right? We really need to focus on looking at things objectively. And I've talked a lot about objective thinking, looking back at things and going, okay, let me come to a place, big breath in, big breath out. Like, let me come to this place of calmness, of stillness, where I go, okay, now I'm at peace with myself. No matter what happens in the world, no matter if everything comes crashing down, no matter if I go into debt or I make millions, no matter what happens, I'm okay, right? I'm at peace with myself. And this is how I need to operate out of this. Because when we can get to this point of peace and clarity and stillness and strength, then we can go and we can actually make logical decisions. Then we can go and actually capitalize upon this. Because it was interesting as I've done some reading about this, and we're going to talk about this. I have pages of notes here that I want to go over with you guys here. As I really sat down and kind of started studying some of the other economic downturns there, I looked at things like the 08 bubble, the dot-com bubble crash, the Great Depression, things like that. What was interesting is that in every single one of those crises, and in a lot of those crises, a lot of people lost a lot of money, right? Things were very bad for a long time for some people, okay? But in every single one of those things, or of those downturns, there were also people, and it wasn't just like one or two, there were a large number of people that also capitalized on those. Even people that didn't have tons of money, even people that worked jobs, even people that, were just getting started in their business. And so I started asking myself these questions of like, okay, I know it's possible to thrive, okay? I know it is possible to take advantage of this. I don't know about you, but I don't have millions of dollars in cash sitting in the bank. If I had millions of dollars in cash sitting in the bank, or like Warren Buffett, who's right up the street from me here, he's got $225 billion, I think is what it said, in liquid cash. He could literally buy Starbucks outright. He could buy McDonald's outright. He could buy PayPal outright. He could buy any of these companies outright and still be like have over half of his liquid cash. I don't have that type of money. I don't have that type of freedom, right? And I'm in a position where I'm like, all right, my company's fine. We've got cash. We're good. But it's not like I just have tons and tons and tons and tons of liquid cash just sitting around chilling to be able to go do stuff. So I looked at this and I said, okay, first off, what's actually going on here? What's really happening here? And then secondly, how do I take advantage of that? Where is the opportunity really at? And then third, what do I actually need to do to take advantage of this opportunity? And I think this is really important, right? And so I started asking myself these questions, and I want to go down that rabbit hole, if you will. I want to really sit down because I think these are important conversations to have. All right? So if you guys are looking forward to that, if you guys can hear me all right, if everything's looking good, comment down below. I can hear you down below. Comment #ready. #ready down below. Hit that like button, hit the love button. If you're listening on audio, I hope you're ready and locked in here. This episode's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be slightly different than perhaps what we're used to from a breakdown standpoint. But I just want to, it's a much more current event episode, right? I'm recording it live. This is not pre-recorded or anything. Let's start here, okay? First off, guys, I want you to know real quickly about Think Different Theory. Think Different Theory is not going anywhere. Think Different Theory is perfectly fine. In fact, we just recently hired on it and brought on a content creation team right around the time when this whole economic crash started to happen. They're staying on. They're still getting paid. We're still going to be producing content. And more importantly, we're still going to be here to serve you. The podcast is not going anywhere. And I am very, very incredibly committed during this time of uncertainty to providing you guys with the highest quality resources and trainings and tools that you need to be able to go out and have success, okay? There's a book. You guys have seen me talk about it, Traffic Secrets. We're pushing it really, really hard. Why? Not only because it's a great book, not only because I want to win an affiliate competition and we're number 13. Yes, those are reasons. But more importantly, we're pushing this so hard because it's a 3-week promotion. I don't know if we were going to promote it all 3 weeks beforehand, but I'm like, this book is a tool, is a resource that is going to help you learn how to get customers at a time when you need to get customers. We put together a training for any person out there right now that has struggled financially from the coronavirus. We have an entire training bundle that you can go in. It covers mindset stuff, and it covers offers, and it covers how to get started, and it covers the different trends and like different data and statistics for you to go through and like better understand how to get started and what to expect. You can go to joshforti.com/corona trainings to get that. So like, we're putting together these resources. Right now, I'm working behind the scenes. Starting next month, it's not going to be this week, but starting next week, we're going to be announcing, we're going to make a little bit of a little shift in the content of Think Different Theory, and it's going to be much more how-to, much more educational rather than informational. We're going to be doing case studies and step-by-step launches of like Facebook groups and podcast launches and sales trainings. And we're going to be doing these things because I want to serve you guys. You guys, the entrepreneur, the person that's out there in the small business, right? And by small business, I'm talking like $10 million or below, right? Maybe you have 1 or 2 employees. Maybe you're a solo act. Maybe you're a 5 or 6 or 7 person act. Whatever that is, I want to make sure, and Think Different Theory is committed to absolutely making sure that you have all the tools and resources you need. And I am Think Different Theory as a whole is in a very good position that I have a lot of really good relationships with some awesome people, like the Brad Gibbs of the world, like the Steve Larsons of the world, like the Russell Brunsons of the world, where we can go in and provide some really high quality trainings for you guys. But here's the thing that's really important. And I really want to stress this. You got to understand this piece here, okay? None of that matters unless you first fix your mindset. None of that matters unless you first go out of panic mode. None of that matters unless you're committed to operating from a place of power, okay? You have to understand this. Because what I could do right now, literally I could go and I could hand you, and by the way, this is basically what I'm doing with this book, okay? I could hand you a complete system to say, here's your offer, here's the funnel, here's how to do it, here's how to turn on the ads, here's how to get clients, here's the exact sales script on how to do it. Literally all you have to do is go and apply. I could hand you that exact thing. And if your mindset isn't right, you're going to look at it and you're going to freeze. Why? Because, oh my gosh, unemployment rate is at an all-time high. Oh my gosh, nobody has any money. Nobody's buying right now. False. People are buying right now. People are buying right now more than ever before in certain industries. If you learn how to spot opportunity, which we're going to talk about here, I'm going to kind of break down. I have 3 categories to go through here, okay? So you've got to understand. You've got to come at this from a place of, all right, how do I fix my mindset? And step number 1 of fixing your mindset is, how do I come in from a place of peace, from a place of stillness, from a place of power? How do I not panic? That's where we got to come from. Breathe. ThinkDifferentTheory.com/playbook. ThinkDifferentTheory.com/playbook. You can get the Mindship Playbook for free. The coronavirus trainings are also in there as well. When in that membership area, we've added them there as well. Okay. So get that. Start studying that. And honestly, turn off the news, turn off any form of mainstream media. It's just killing you. I haven't had a TV ever. Okay. I want you to think about this. Okay. I do not own cable TV, and I never have. Never. I don't have Fox News. I don't have CNN. I don't have NBC. I don't have anything. I have Facebook. I have, I do not have the Facebook app on my phone. Okay. It's nowhere to be found. On my computer, Newsfeed Eradicator takes care of that. I'm blocking out. Why? Because otherwise it's just going to feed into my panic mode. And guess what? I'm a doomsday prepper, right? I'm super prepared for this. This whole cool thing is I'm ordering stuff online and stocking up and getting everything. I'm like secretly like, man, this is like a real life doomsday, right? So like, I'm fine. So if I want to go seek out information, I don't want it fed to me. I want to go seek it out. I want to be the one controlling the questions that I ask. I want to be the one controlling where I go out and see things, right? I don't want it fed to me. Because if it's fed to me, then guess what happens? Then I don't get to control it. Then they're the one that's going to dictate what I believe and what I think. Whereas if I can go, okay, first let me go, get super still, come from a place of peace, come from a place of power. Okay, what's the first question that I need to ask myself? What's the second question that I need to ask myself? What's the third question I need to ask myself, right? And so I started doing this. I actually sat down and I went through and I made out this list. And one of the first things that I asked myself was, okay, the economy is in a downward spiral right now. The stock market was in a bear market. I think it just pulled out of a bear market where, so that's a positive thing. But unemployment hits all-time highs. People are out of work. A lot of panic around things. First question I asked myself, I was like, what is actually happening to the money? And I want you to think about this because the money doesn't go anywhere, okay? This is just paper. It's money, right? But like, this is the exact same money that it was 6 months ago. And it will be the exact same money in 6 months from now. Now, the value might change, but the money is still here. So it was funny to me because I started studying this and I was like, everybody's freaking out saying people are losing all this money. And my first question was, where is that money going? Because it's there, right? Like I have no idea how much money is in the US economy, but let's just pretend that's $10 trillion. Let's just pretend, okay? There's still $10 trillion in the economy. And I'm like, okay, well, if there was $10 trillion 6 months ago, and there's $10 trillion in 6 months, and there's $10 trillion now, then where is it? Like, where did it go? And so then that led me to another question, and I started thinking about that. I was like, all right, well, somebody's got it. Somebody's keeping it. It's in somebody's savings account. Yeah, the stock market goes like this, but the stock market's not money. The stock market is speculation, right? And so I started asking these questions. And so that's when I really started to look into how money in the economy works. Because the second question I asked after this is, why is the government so okay with, and Trump, who's a businessman, why are they so okay with just signing a $2 trillion stimulus package to pump into the economy? How is that okay? How can we afford that, right? And so I asked myself this question. Now, this is very important to understand because once you understand some of these things, then we can stop listening to the media. And when you go to the headlines that it's doomsday, you can go, well, okay, no, I understand that that's what they want to feed people, but that's not actually reality. And I don't need to panic because I'm much more educated than that. And so I asked myself this question of like, how does money work? How is this all okay? Now, I want you to think of money, and this is I don't have time to go into like the super details of this, but I hope this kind of puts some of your fears to rest here for a second, okay? Because here's the reality of the situation. The reality is that it is going to get bad. It is, right? It's going to be harder to sell things. You're going to have to make more sales calls. Money's probably going to get tighter for a lot of people. 3.2 million people said they got laid off last week. 3.2 million, that's a lot of people. Unemployment is expected to hit between 14 and 20%. That means if it hits 20%, that means 1 in 5 people are going to be without a work. That's a lot of people out of work, right? Like, these are scary numbers. But you can choose to look at those scary numbers, or you can choose to look at a different reality and say, okay, yes, those are scary numbers, but the other part of this reality is that the money is still here. So how does the money work and how do I get my piece of it? How do I make sure that I'm going to be okay? How do I make sure that my business is going to be okay? How do I make sure that my customers are going to be served? How do I make sure that, and those are the type of questions that I'm asking. And those are the type of questions that you need to be asking. So I want you to think of money as, and I'm going to try to explain like how money works in the economy here at a stupidly basic level. I mean, a very, very basic level here. Money is one of the most complicated things out there, right? As far as how it works and everything like that. But bear with me here, okay? I want you to think of money as blood, okay? And I want you to think of it as like the blood inside of your body. So inside your body, you have all these, veins and arteries that carry blood through all the different parts of your body, right? And I want you to think of the body as the US economy, all right? So when everything is healthy, what's happening? The blood is moving really, really well. All the blood is going to every different part of your body, and everything's well, right? Now let me ask you something. If I were to take all of the blood out of your body, would you die? Well, yes, of course, you would die, right? Same way, if I were to go and take all of the money out of the economy, it would die, right? Right, of course, it would. But guess what? That's not what happened. That's not what's happening, all right? Different scenario. If I were to take all of that blood and put it into your body, and you have all the blood in your body, and all the blood just stopped moving, would you live? All the blood is still in your body. All the blood is still perfectly healthy blood, perfectly normal, but it just stopped moving. Would you die? The answer is yes. All right. In order for your body to live, it needs blood, but it doesn't just need blood. It needs your blood to be moving. Okay. Same thing is true with the economy. And that money or that blood is pumped by the heart. You can think of businesses as the heart. Okay? Why? Because they're the thing that ultimately makes the money move. The buying and the selling. When somebody spends, somebody makes it, that's what moves the money. That's what moves the blood. So as long as the money in the economy moves, everything is fine. Which is why, and when you really go and actually start learning about the national debt, and I went on this, I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning on, I think it was Friday night, Saturday night. I think it was Saturday night. I don't remember. I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm on my phone and I'm studying because I'm like deep down this rabbit hole of like this $2 trillion economic stimulus package and how the Fed combined with the Treasury. And I'm like, why is nobody talking about this? Because there's huge, massive financial implications to this. And it's just crazy, but I'm not going to go into that. But like basically studying how this all works, right? And so I'm like, okay, when you look at the national debt, the reason that we're actually able to have the national debt is because the economy was moving and the economy was doing so well. If money stops moving, that becomes a really, 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 really big problem for the federal government. So the government was like, okay, we can add to our national debt. And here's basically what they're trying to do with the economy here, okay? They're basically trying to come in and say, all right, listen, our patient is dead. Their blood is stopping moving. We cannot let that happen. So we need to inject it with all this cash to keep the economy moving, to keep our patient moving. We need to hook them up to a defibrillator or whatever it's called, right? We need to inject them with blood. We need to inject them with this emergency shot to bring everything back up so that everything keeps moving. Now, keep in mind, though, that only a portion of the economy has actually died. Only the portion of the economy has actually stopped moving. There's a massive part of the economy right now, like the Walmarts, the Amazons of the world, the online industries of the world, which we're going to get to here in just a second, which are booming right now, which have tons of money in them, which have tons of attention in them, which have tons of supply, tons of demand. And you can make a crap ton of money right now because remember, guess what? The money didn't go anywhere. And so there's all sorts of problems and reasons that I support and don't support the stimulus package, and I understand why, and there's all sorts of reasons behind that, but I'm not going to go into that. But I want you to think about this, okay? The economy needs money to make it work. The same thing is true with your business, all right? In order for your business to run and to be healthy and to live, you need cash flow in your business. You need cash flow in your life. You need money coming through, okay? So right now, more than ever before, and keep in mind, your little business is one cell or one little part of a much larger heart that keeps the economy running. So if you're healthy and your business is doing well, you are contributing to making the economy then become healthy again and bringing everything back to normal more quickly. So right now as an entrepreneur, yes, as a human, it is your responsibility to make sure that the people in your life are taken care of. Yes, it is your moral and ethical responsibility as a human to go and not take advantage of anybody during the situation and be as helpful as possible and stay quarantined as much as possible and do all those things. That's your right, or that's your duty as a human. Your duty as an entrepreneur right now is to sell. All right? It has to be. Because if you don't sell, if you don't take care of your business, then you're not going to be able to take care of your employees or your family or you. You're not going to be able to serve your customers. And if you're not, what happens when you get money in? When you get money in, what do you go do with it? I get this money in, and I turn around and go, all right, and I hit it back out. I am stimulating the economy because money is changing hands, okay? So it is our moral obligation to sell because if the money stops moving, the economy stops moving, we're in this mess for a lot longer. But Josh, I turned on the news and so many people don't have money and there's no money and nobody's buying no, false. Because remember, the money is still there. The money didn't go anywhere. You just need to find it and you need to get it moving. All right. If I've got, let's pretend this was $100,000. All right. If I've got $100,000 and this was growing. It started at 10,000, then 20,000, then 30,000, 40,000. And I was making money. Economy was great 6 months ago, right? Economy was great. My stack comes in. I have money coming in. I've got money going out. And then all of a sudden the economy stops. Poof. I've got this $100,000 stack here. $100,000. Let's say I'm your dream customer. I still got $100,000. I don't need $100,000. I'm not doing anything sitting in my bank account. There's a lot of people out there right now that have a lot of money. that's just sitting. Get it moving. Your ideal customer has it. Because if your ideal customer doesn't have money, guess what? They're not your ideal customer. All right, let's move on to this next phase here, talking about where to actually find this money and how, like, where the economy is actually doing well. Because if you turn on the media, if you turn on the news, you turn on Fox and CNN and NBC and all these places, they're gonna tell you all the bad. They're gonna tell you what the unemployment rates are and all the numbers that are negative and everything like that. And it's fine. Okay, great. But there's what's the saying? There's two sides to every story. There's two sides to every coin. There's what the media wants you to see, and then there's the other side, which is the good. If the media is showing you bad, there's always good, okay? So we choose to look at the good. We say, okay, great. What's hurting right now? Restaurants are hurting right now. Non-essentials, high-end, luxury high-end stuff, probably hurting right now. Retail type stuff, really, really hurting right now. Would hate to be in that business right now. And yeah, that sucks. And it really is. It is hurting for a lot of people, right? Malls, retail stores. But people are still spending money. People are still at home. I bought an Xbox, for crying out loud. Because I needed something to do in quarantine. I'm not a gamer. I spent money. So you can look at that and go, all right, well, those things are doing bad. But I don't know. I look out the window. I look on Facebook. Everything still seems to be pretty great. People still be logging into Facebook. People still online. People still clicking ads. People still consuming content. So everything's still pretty normal. Look out the window. Is the sky falling? No, it's not. So we go and we say, okay, where is the opportunity? How do I go and how do I find the places that are, or the markets that have opportunity? So right now, probably the single greatest market to be in right now is the online space. Okay, whether that's online education, which is huge, Zoom, online education for colleges, for schools, any support of them. Gaming, oh my gosh, gaming is huge right now. Okay, support for gaming Instagram pages and Facebook pages, selling to gamers, gamer products, gamer equipment, selling courses on how to game, how to become better at things. There's so many different ways that you can make money there. Health, think about this, guys. All the gyms are closed. All of them. I live in Omaha, where Omaha is a rich, well-off city. We have lots of gyms, lots of nice places to go, all closed. All of these people have money. If you were to drive down the street in Omaha, I wish you guys could see it because it's such good perspective, okay? If I were to drive right up the street from here, I could go to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 50, 100 different subdivisions. And it's $500,000 house, $1 million house, $500,000 house, $1 million house. Audis, BMWs. These people all have money. And guess what? Most of them want to be fit. They want to be healthy. All these people that are in quarantine, all the weightlifters, the gym people, these people have money to spend, okay? So you identify these industries and delivery. Man, if you're in the delivery game right now, nobody wants to go out. Uber Eats, DoorDash, if anything, a delivery service. Parenting advice. Oh my gosh, that's another huge one. Think of all these parents right now that have 2, 3, 4, 5 kids and the kids don't have school. The parents have no idea what to do with them because they've never had their kids every single day at this age you know what I mean? Training on that, B2B in the online world, okay? These are just a few of the categories. And so what we ask ourselves is, okay, and here's how we come to these conclusions, okay? Whatever your market is, whatever you're selling, whatever you're doing, you look at it and you go, okay, what is my dream customer doing right now? And if you don't have a dream customer, let's say you were in the retail section, right? Let's say you had an e-commerce store and it all dried up because you sold non-essentials, right? You go, okay, what's the American population doing right now? Who is it that I'm trying to serve and what are they doing right now? Well, guess what? We know that a lot of people right now are either A, at work and scared to be at work because they're afraid of either getting the coronavirus or losing their jobs, or B, they're at home. And even if they are at work, they're going to come home and then they're not going to go out. So they're going to be stuck at home from 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon until 8 or 9 o'clock the next morning. That's a lot of time. So what are they going to be doing? What type of books are they reading? What podcasts are they listening to? What activities are they trying? What problems are these people facing? And then you start to identify, oh, well, they might be gaming. They might be trying to better themselves. They might be trying to work out. They might be trying to parent. They might be trying to cook. They might need activities for their kids. They might need, they're a business owner. So they're going to need Zoom conferencing. They're going to need to learn how to take their team remote. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of businesses that used to work in an office that now have to work remote. This is all new to them, right? So when you look at that, you go, okay, I'm starting to see opportunity. Money is still moving. It might not be, if my body is the economy, right? It might not be moving in my left foot. It might not be moving in my right leg. It might not be moving in my fingers, but it's still moving here. And it's still moving in all of this place. Why? Because these are essentials. People are still buying food. People still go, they're still doing these things. And so when you turn on the media and there's this fear of everything, guys, I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea if this is going to be a month-long storm or a 3-month-long storm or a year storm or a 10-year storm. I don't know. I don't know. But guess what? Fear is never the answer because fear clouds your judgment. Fear makes you panic. Fear makes you frantic. Where does fear start? Here, in the head. Elon Musk tweeted out the other day. He said, fear is a mindset killer. Think about that. That's deep. Fear is a mindset killer. Kills your mindset. You guys know how big I am on mindset. It's everything. There's a reason I pay my coach. There's a reason I meet with her every week because I got to keep my mind in check. I get scared. I freak out. But when I freak out, what do? I go to my coach and I'm like, Coach, I'm scared. What do I do? Coach, I'm nervous. I don't know what to do. What do I do? And I continue to go back to this. All right. So I sat down and once again, and this is super important, we're blocking out all media. Why? Because if media is feeding us, we don't get to control what comes in. If we're searching out the media, guess what? We control what goes in. So we block everything. We put up newsfeed eradicator. We only watch Russell Brunson and Josh Forti and whoever else. Yes, there's a little shameless plug of Think Different Theory and myself right there. I really believe we have the best content out there right now for this. I mean, we're sharing some really, really good stuff and some really good resources, okay? So you control that. You go there, you say, okay, what am I going to consume? And then you ask yourself the next logical question. Okay, what are the skill sets that I need to be focusing on right now? What do I need to be doing right now in my business, in my life, that's going to make this good? Does that make sense? How many of you guys are understanding this? If this makes sense, comment hashtag makes sense down below. Hashtag makes sense and hit the like button, hit the love button. The more likes, the more comments we get, the more people we can help. If you're listening on audio, if you have questions on this, you can send me a DM. But I want to go through some of the skill sets that you can learn that I've identified that are absolutely crucial. Okay? Because right now we're all faced with a choice, guys. Right now you're stuck in quarantine. Right now you are going through and hold on, let me pull this up. Right now you're going through and you're like, all right, I got extra time on my hands. And when you're idle, when you're bored, that's when fear starts to creep in. That's when panic starts to creep in. That's when uncertainty starts to creep in. That's when we start to get lazy. So what are the things that we have to do? What do you guys think are the biggest things right now that you could be learning during this time? What are the skill sets and the actions that you need to be taking? I'll tell you what I did for Think Different Theory. First thing that we did is I looked at my books and I said, all right, what are essentials? Circle them all. What are the non-essentials? Those are the first things to be cut if things get bad. We haven't had to cut anything yet due to the coronavirus. Nothing. We're fine. Okay? But then I said, okay, what are the skill sets that I need? Number one, first thing that you guys need to do, and I'm just going to say this, it's obvious, but we all need to be reminded of it, is number one, don't panic. Okay? I don't care if you've got $0 in your bank account right now and you're looking at your the calendar and you're like, man, I got 2 days left until I owe money. Don't panic. Keep a level head. Can't panic. Because if you panic, you'll never figure anything out. You got to keep a level head. Number two, focus. Okay? Focus is key here. All right, let's get to some actual skill sets. Guys, the number one thing that you absolutely must be learning right now is you have to learn how to sell. And I've been saying this for years. And it's so funny because I was talking to one of my clients the other day, and he and I were sitting down and we were chit-chatting back and forth, and he's totally set. I mean, this whole economic thing hasn't phased him a bit. He's chugging along. He's in the real estate space. And he's like, you know what's so funny, Josh? Is he goes, some of the things that I teach, he goes, right now is the best time to teach him. And I tried teaching him when the economy was great. And I've been saying them, but I felt like I was beating a dead horse. Nobody was listening to me. Nobody was understanding the importance of it. They were like, dude, what are you talking about? The economy's great. We don't need to listen to you. This is, this. And I was like, oh, that's so funny. I experienced the same thing. I would go and I remember doing Instagram story after Instagram story after Instagram story and posts and trainings about sales and about selling with confidence and the sales psychology secrets. And people would be like, but Josh, it's so easy to make money right now. Why do I need to learn sales? My Facebook ads are converting great. My Instagram swipe up is converting great. I put together this course in 2 days and it's easy to sell. I just kept saying, keep learning sales, keep learning sales, keep learning sales, because someday it's not going to be this easy. Someday the economy is going to crash. Someday it's going to go down. And nobody listened to me. Well, I mean, some people did for sure. And if you did, you're totally fine right now. And my client was the same way. He's like, yep. And now he's coming and he's like, here's what you need to do. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. He's like, I've been telling you to do this for years. Same thing here. You guys have got to learn to sell. Just because you're good at sales doesn't mean selling is going to get easier. It just means that you're going to be able to do it. But there are legitimately people out there right now that were making 6 figures a year as salespeople that are about to have their salaries cut in half or 70 or 80% because they don't actually know how to sell. It was just easy beforehand. Okay? Core elements of selling. How many of you guys want a free resource on selling? Completely free. All I need is your email. How many of you guys want it? If you guys want that, comment hashtag link me down below. Hashtag link me. And if you're on audio, go down in the description of this audio or of this podcast. We'll have it down there. It's salesandmindset.com/ I think it's free sales guide. I think is what it is. I'll have to drop the link down. But we'll put the link down below. You can get the guide. It's 100% completely for free. And it's my outline of exactly what I've been teaching for the last year. Okay? You need to learn how to sell because whether you're selling yourself to get on a podcast for more exposure, or you're selling a $25,000 deal or a $5,000 deal or a $500 deal, or you're negotiating with the bank to delay your mortgage payment or your whatever it is, you need to be able to sell and negotiate. You need to know what your offer is. All of life is offers. All of life is selling and negotiating. All of it. Relationships, business, now is more important than ever before. And especially you as an entrepreneur right now, as someone that has a business right now, guess what you need to be doing? You need to learn how to sell. Because guess what? Your webinar that used to sell your $9.97 product with ease, no problem, probably ain't converting so well right now. Maybe it is, depending upon your industry. So what do? You change. Instead of sending them to an order form, you send them to an application. You get on the phone. You do some cold calling. If you can sell in this economy, I want you to think about this. Think about this as a blessing in disguise. If you're like, Josh, I suck at sales. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do. If you can learn to sell in this economy, you will be able to sell no matter what. No matter what. Because think about it. Right now, everybody's scared money, right? Everybody's scared. They're still spending it, but they're doing it scared. If I've got $10,000 sitting in the bank beforehand and I was making, $5,000 a month, let's say, and I had $10,000 in the bank, I was good, right? I'd spend $10,000 on something or, a couple $1,000 on something. But now all of a sudden my income's gone. Now I've only got $10,000. I'm still going to spend that money little by little, right? But I'm going to be more hesitant with it. People are still spending, but they're scared. So if you can figure out how to go and be like, don't need to be scared. I'm going to help you get whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you're after, whatever it is you're trying to do. If you can sell now, you're going to be set for the rest of your life. Sales is an insurance policy. It's an insurance skill set. Not only is it going to make you money, it's going to protect you in down economies like this. I'm so happy that I learned sales. It's probably the single greatest thing that I did. That and my mindset first, but that and then building an audience. Okay? So that's the first thing. First thing you can do is learn sales and understand that, guys, selling is serving when you do it correctly. Only when you do it correctly. I hate that cliche of like selling is serving. No, not if you have a terrible product. Not if you're a scam artist. Not if you're selling something to somebody that doesn't actually need it. Selling is not serving then. Selling is serving when you have a good product and a good offer and you're selling it to someone that will actually help, especially in a time right now. Think about it. If, let's say you're in the video content creation game or the graphic design game, whatever. Let's just say you're a graphic designer or a video editor, okay? Right now, you could be like, oh my gosh, people are cutting video services because they don't see the value of it or they're not spending money on stuff that they're not sure. Well, if you know what you're doing and you have good video skills, you could hit up someone and be like, hey, listen, I can make a really sick, awesome edit on your video or on your offer to your offer. And that video is going to help bring you in leads for you to make money. You're going to pay me $2,000. But on the flip side of that, if that video brings you in 5 leads and each one of those leads is worth $2,000 to you, you just made $10,000. You paid me $2,000, right? That's serving. You just made them money. You just made their life better. Selling is a good thing when you have a good offer. Okay. That's number 1. Number 2, and this is crucially important. Get clear on your message. Something I'm still working on with Think Different Theory. I'm in a transition phase. Guys, I'm figuring out my life right now. I'm a lot better than what I was. 6 months ago, I was sitting in the Philippines with or maybe it wasn't the Philippines, maybe it was Australia. I was sitting around the world on a beach, high as a kite, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. My brother dying wrecked me and messed me up. Okay? So you can be like, Josh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just trying to figure it out. Same. But right now, you have to operate from a place of power and you have to double down on what you know to be true to you. So that's why I opened this up and I said, guess what? Think Different Theory is committed and dedicated to providing you, the entrepreneur, right now, all the tools and resources you need. You know why? Because I tell you, mindset is incredibly important. I don't just tell you that. Then I go and I say, hey, you know what? If you want a free mindset guide that's going to help you with your mindset, guess what? Here it is, thinkdifferenttheory.com/playbook. 67-page guide. It's got videos. It's got trainings. It's got everything like that. Mindset's critically important. What did I do? My message is very clear. Mindset is important. Then what did I do? I sold you on getting my guide. I gave you a resource. And then you're going to go through there. You're going to go through my funnel and there's going to be different. Now you're on my list and then you're going to see offers starting to come through. And if one of those offers resonates with you, then you're going to get on the phone with me or one of my team members. And then guess what's going to happen? Then I'm going to sell you something that's actually going to help your business. Maybe that's sales training. Maybe that's audience training. But it's because my message is clear and I'm providing you a resource for this. You see what I'm doing here? Okay. I'm saying, hey, here's what it is. Here's what you need. Here's my message. Then I'm giving you a resource. I'm selling you on this and I'm helping you with that resource. All right. So learn how to sell, get super, super clear on your message. And if you're not sure, pick something right now that's going to be best in alignment with what's happening now. You might not be super clear on what you're going to do with the rest of your life. You might not be super clear on your brand messaging, but you know what you can do? You can go out there and you can say, okay, oh man, I know how to do Facebook ads. I don't know what my brand is all about, but I know that Facebook ads can help people right now. Double down on that. Or graphic design or websites or whatever it is. Pick something, make that your message, turn this into your message and go, this is what we're about. And then add something to that, go sell something, tell the story behind that, and then go and do that. Go and sell that and go and serve. Does that make sense? Are you understanding this? Is this helpful? If this is helpful, comment hashtag helpful down below. Hashtag helpful, hit the like button, hit the love button. Feel free to share this out, tag your friends. If you're listening on audio, I apologize. I try not to tell you to comment too much down below, but I think this one's important. If you're listening on audio, shoot me a DM on Instagram at JoshForti. Let me know if it was helpful. Let me know what questions you got. Share this out with a friend or someone that needs to hear it, okay? And number 3, and this goes along very much with getting clear on your message and learning sales. Nurture your audience, okay? Nurture your audience. Serve them, okay? Serve them. You guys have noticed we've had some really good interviews come out. We've had some really good content come out for you guys over the course of the past couple of weeks. Russell Brunson, Dan Henry, right? Liz Benny's going to be on Wednesday. It's going to be a great episode, right? We've got the coronavirus trainings for those people that are in need. Why? Because I'm nurturing you guys. I'm helping you guys. I'm serving you guys. I'm making sure you guys are taken care of. Why? Because let's say this is all the cash I had left in my business, which obviously it's not, but let's say it was, right? If I get down low, what am I going to need to do? I'm going to need to go sell some stuff, which I should be doing anyway. If I'm taking care of you guys and then I come in and I say, listen, if you guys are ready for the next step, if you're ready to really launch your Facebook group, if you're ready to really learn how to sell, if you're ready to really do this launch right, if you're ready to really go and get the message out there, I'm here to help you. We've got this program. We've got this coaching. We've got the services. Here's what we're going to do. We've worked with ClickFunnels. We've worked with Steve Larson. We've worked with Brad Gibb. We've worked with, potentially working with Dan Henry here soon, right? These are the type of people, we know what we're doing. And if I can build trust with you guys, if I can nurture you, if I can go and do that, then what can I do? Then when I go and ask for something, when I go and make you an offer, you trust me and you go, oh my gosh, Josh has served us. Josh has proven that he can get results. Think Different Theory is trustworthy. Think Different Theory is quality. Think Different Theory, I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm going to get a good product. I know that when I buy from Think Different Theory, it's going to be good. Why? Because Josh has built that trust with me. That's what you need to be doing with your audience right now. Look at what Russell Brunson has done. Russell Brunson came out to ClickFunnels and he said, listen, ClickFunnels is here to stay. We're providing as much support as we possibly can. We serve. That's what you need to be doing to your audience. Do a virtual summit. You'll notice next week, and I already mentioned this, we're going to be coming out with more, hold on. Oops. We're going to be coming up with more episodes that are specifically teaching you guys things. Much more in-depth, like hands-on type stuff, right? Why? We're going to pause the interviews for a couple weeks. Maybe drop down to one interview. I'm not exactly sure yet. We're still figuring out the exact details. Why? Because I'm like, right now, interviews are great. You might get some inspiration from them. But right now, you guys need cash flow. Right now, you guys need to learn how to sell. Right now, you guys need to learn security and mindset. So that's the type of stuff we're going to be teaching you. All right? Make sense? You guys got any questions on this? I'm going to do a rare Q&A I'm going to tune back over here to video. I'm going to look at the comments if there are any questions here. We'll take one or two questions real quick if you guys have any. But these are the things that you need to be doing. Because right now, guys, I'm just going to open up my phone literally right here, right now. And it's just Macy's will start cutting most of their employees this week. All right. Inside GM's 4-week emergency sprint to build ventilators. The COVID pandemic aggravates disputes around the gig work. Dow super unsteady. Dow Dow's up. Wow, that must be an old article. Dow drops 500 points. Actually, you can see my point, right? So it's it's just fear, panic, non-clarity, non-power. You can't operate that way. Think about this, all right? And then we'll see if there's any questions that come up here. But I want you to think about this, okay? Think about when you're sick. Think about when your head really, really hurts. I had a really, really bad headache the other day. And no, it wasn't the coronavirus. I just had a bad headache. I hadn't drinking enough water, all right? And I remember laying there. I'm just like, oh my gosh, my head is just pounding right now. I was in so much pain. I couldn't think straight. I just had to lay down and go to sleep for a little bit. I took an hour nap and woke up and I felt so much better. Okay? Why? Because my brain was in pain. My brain was fogged. It wasn't healthy physically. That's what goes on in your mindset when panic starts to creep in. That's what goes on in your mindset when you start to live in fear. And here's the crazy part. And I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole too much, but your brain, I don't have Facebook on my phone. I was going to pull up Facebook. Okay. Your brain right now has been trained for years to look for that dopamine hit. Look for that dopamine hit. You know why you can't stay focused? Do you know why you keep getting distracted? Do you know why it's hard for you? Because your brain is programmed to, where's the next notification? Where's the next notification? Where's the next notification? I'm working on a project over here. Oh, 5 minutes have gone by. Got to check my phone, see if I got any new notifications. Go over here. Oh, 5 minutes later. Your brain is programmed. And so your brain is literally programmed. And by the way, I'm not saying that that's intentional or not. I'm not saying that there's this big grand scheme of the government to try to, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. That doesn't matter. The fact is your mind has been trained to look for that dopamine hit because of the notifications that you get. So what happens when you work on something? Your brain goes, I need dopamine. You turn to your phone, you open up Facebook, and what do you see? Fear, panic, your mom's freaking out, your dad's freaking out. The whole world's freaking out. And then you go, I don't know if I should be working over here. I don't know if this is all going to work. And then you shut down and you do nothing and you freeze and you panic. Okay? Go get the money. Why? Because the money didn't go anywhere. Okay? The money is still here in the economy. People still have it. People are still spending. They're spending different. It's harder, but it's still there. So what do you need? You need to learn sales. You've got to nurture your audience. You got to get clear on your message. Now is a great time to build an audience, guys. Now is a great time to launch a Facebook group. A great time. Let me ask you guys something. If I did a training and a sale, if I took, we did something special. So to work with me right now is between $10,000 and $25,000. All right. One-on-one. One of my clients recently, like this year, paid a total, well, I guess he started technically in December, but by the time they were done, paid on me almost 40 grand to help them launch their stuff, okay? If I were to do something like, I don't know, a training and like a special program where it was like a group launch where we took like 5 or 10 or 15 people through at a discounted rate to like launch your Facebook group or to launch your offer, to launch your audience, whether it's a Facebook group or a podcast or whatever that looks like. Is that something you guys would be interested in? If it is, comment down below or shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'd just be curious to know, because maybe we do something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's the next step that we do. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, but like now is the time to be launching. Now is the time to go out, because when you, and this is super important to understand, and then I'm probably going to wrap up with this, okay? Unless we have any questions. I haven't looked yet. When your audience members see you fearful, they become fearful. When your audience members see you not fearful, they are not fearful. When they see you operating out of power and you expanding, guess what they do? They expand and operate out of power. Why? Because they follow their leader. Who's my leader? Who's the person that I look up to probably most in this business world? Russell Brunson. Is Russell Brunson freaking out? Nope. He's not. So am I freaking out? No. If Russell Brunson was freaking out, would I freak out? No, because I have a good mindset. But I'd second guess it. I'd probably freak out for a little bit. I'd be like, oh gosh, CEO of $1 billion company's freaking out. Holy, you know what I mean? You get uneasy. How many people would freak out if Russell got on to his podcast and was like, guys, it is panic time. Everybody lock up shop. Keep your money to yourselves. Don't spend it. How many people would freak out? A lot. Same is true with your audience. Yes, your audience is not millions of people. Your audience might be 10,000. Your audience might be 5,000. Might be 1,000. It might be 500. But that's 500 people. Think of a room full of 500 people. That's power there, okay? They're looking to you. They're looking to you for leadership. They're watching what you're doing right now. And even if you don't think you have an audience, you do. Your friends, the people that engage on your statuses, your email list. You've been noticing a lot of emails from me recently, okay? The reason, I want to be in front of your face. I want you to know we are not slowing down. This is not a time to fear. It's a time to buy. It's a time to expand. It's a time to invest in yourself, into your business, all right? The best possible bonuses, guys, that you can get, though, for free right now are through this book, and I'm going to end with this. Traffic Secrets right now, guys. We are number 13. We're going to get a leaderboard update today, I think. We're number 13 out of like 10,000 affiliates for this book. I really want to place into the top 10. I think we're about 50 books behind top 10 or so, and I really, really want to get there. We're giving away over $11,000 in bonuses with this book. This book is free. Free. You pay $9.95 for shipping and handling, and Russell's going to send you out this book. We will be sending out the first batch of bonuses on Wednesday, the 1st, and then the remaining bonuses as soon as the affiliate offer is done next Monday, I believe, and that's when we'll get the rest of the bonuses back from our partners. I can't give away all of them if I don't have them yet. Some of them haven't sent theirs over yet, but we'll be giving those away. But you get how I did a $152,000 Facebook group launch, the exact funnel of the Facebook group launch, social media secrets, Facebook group hacks, every tool that I use to run my business right now. Think about that. How would you guys like a list of every single tool that I use to run my business? How much it costs, what's it for, what we use it for, where to get it at? How many of you guys want that? Literally go and get your copy of the book for free. Pay the $9.95 for shipping. joshforti.com/traffic secrets. We'll drop the link down below, or comment #traffic secrets down below, and I will send it over to you. If you're listening on audio, I apologize. I'm holding up Traffic Secrets by Russell Brunson right now. This book will teach you how to get customers. This book will be the life preserver in your business, okay? It's not going to teach you how to sell. That's what I'm here for. That's what Selling with Confidence is there for. That's what the Ultimate Sales Framework is here for. We'll drop those links down below, okay? This book is going to teach you how to get unlimited leads, unlimited customers for your business, even now. It's an amazing book. It is quite possibly the best book that I've ever read when it comes to getting customers for your business. joshforti.com/traffic secrets. We'll drop the link down below. All right, guys. I think that's all I've got for you. Just a wrap up here, a quick reminder for you. How you operate now really defines you. How you operate now really will determine how you operate in 6 months from now, or a year from now, or 10 years from now. One of the things that And you got to be careful with this because you don't want to shut out the world, obviously. But one of the things that I am getting better and better and better at and learning to become much better at is to just be in my own little bubble over here. Now, hear me out here. I'm not saying you ignore everybody else or don't care about anybody else, but you're not listening to the inputs of everybody else. Because remember, all of life is just inputs and outputs, okay? What goes in must come out. What goes in must come out. It would be ludicrous. Let's say that this box of batteries right here was a machine, all right? And let's say that this machine, I were to put in ingredients, all right, 5 ingredients, and it was going to make something else, bread. Let's just say this was a bread maker. I'm going to use this as a very simple example, okay? And let's say that bread has 7 ingredients. If I put 7 ingredients in and they're the highest quality ingredients, it would be ludicrous to think that it would not be a good quality coming out because I'm putting good quality products in. But if I'm putting bad ingredients in, if I put in terrible, disgusting flour and yeast that's no good and cold water instead of hot water, I put in all this crap, it would be ludicrous to think that I'm actually going to get the result that I want. That's the same thing with your brain. That's the exact same thing with your body. It's the same thing with your business. Now think of this as your business. Think of this as your mind. If you're putting in scarcity, fear, panic, uncertainty, worry in, it is ludicrous to think that out the other side comes positivity, certainty, money, abundance. But if you put in positivity and abundance and sales trainings and business trainings and nurturing your audience and your message or whatever it is, guess what's going to come out the other side? Even if it's not perfect, it's going to be a whole lot better than if you put in negativity and bad. Okay? All right, guys, that's all I've got for you. We're going to end up with that. If you found value in this, comment #value down below. #value, hit the like button, hit the love button. If you're listening to on audio, please make sure to leave a rating and a review. If you have not already, the ratings and the reviews are the things that really help us grow and give us feedback. Simply go on iTunes, scroll down to the bottom there. You'll see 5 stars. You can hit 5-star on there, and then there'll be a chance down below for you to write just a brief review. You can just say, great podcast, or love it, or whatever it is that you want. It really, really helps us. If I've ever provided value to you, or you liked this episode, or you shared it with a friend, or maybe it's your first time listening, be sure to subscribe, share this with a friend, leave a rating and review with your honest thoughts on it, and I really appreciate that. All right, guys, as always, hustle, hustle. God bless. Do not be afraid to think different, because those of us that think different are going to be the ones that change the world, and those of us that think different are going to be the ones that make it through this coronavirus scare. Okay? Think Different Theory is here for you. Think Different Theory is here to provide you the highest quality support, trainings, tools, and resources that you need to get through this. We will get through this. You guys, we're going to be just fine. Learn to sell. Nurture your audience, get super clear on your message, and listen to Think Different Theory, and you'll be just fine. I love you all, and I will see you on the next episode, Wednesday. Liz Benny. Don't miss it. Take it easy, fam. Peace.